Dallas was on fire in the first half, making 15 of their 27 three-point attempts, and they led by 19 points. But the Warriors flipped the switch in the second half, outscoring the Mavericks 68-45 to steal game 2. And they win this one 126-117, and they take a 2-0 series lead against the Dallas Mavericks in its best-of-7 Western Conference Final. And the Warriors, they've won 15 of their last 16 home game 2s, and they're 14-1 in series under Steve Kerr when they go up 2-0. As we welcome everybody to Warriors Live Playoff Edition presented by Toyota with the Hall of Famer Chris Mullin, NBA champ Darrell Wright. I am Bonte Hill, and at one point when the Warriors were down 15, D. Wright, you looked at me and said, the Warriors are going to win this game. I didn't believe you, but they came back and won this game.
Yeah, they found a way, the will to win, the defense. They tightened up the defense. Luka Doncic, a great player, superstar. Jalen Brunson, becoming a young star in this league. They got their numbers, but they shut everybody else down. Reggie Bullock couldn't make shots down the stretch. Bertans couldn't make shots down the stretch, but got to give a lot of credit to the Golden State Warriors for coming out that third quarter and putting it on them on a defensive end.
If you're the Dallas Mavericks, it must feel like you lost 2 games tonight because they played so well in the first half. But the Warriors, once again, shoot 56% from the field and a very great game of shot selection. They only took 28 three-point shots, made 14. So they go 56 from the field, 50 from the 3, and 80 from the free throw line. A tremendous, incredible offensive output. The second half was a clinic.
All right, let's take a look at the third quarter. This is when the game flipped. The Warriors hold the Mavericks to 13 points in that third quarter as they were red hot in that frame. And in the third quarter, they hold the Mavericks to just 2 of 13 shooting from the three-point line, 5 of 19 overall. And they shut everybody down, D, right? Luke only had 4. Brunson with 3. Bullock scored nothing. Finney-Smith with just 1. And this is where the game started to change for the Golden State Warriors as they remained patient by taking a lot of 2s. And Lundog was huge with 11 points in that frame.
But, fellas, look at all these highlights other than this 3 right here from Andrew Wiggins. Everything was in the paint. 62 points in the paint tonight because they have no rim protection. So the Warriors took advantage of that by getting in the paint, playing inside out, and majority of those shots were close range dunks or layups.
And Mully, here's the start of the fourth quarter. This capped off a 22-6 run. Otto Porter Jr. giving the Warriors their first lead of the game, and they did not look back from that point.
And you just see the difference in the offensive approach where Dallas Mavericks are pretty much stuck on shooting threes. They shot 45 threes. The Warriors way more comfortable attacking the paint, looking for plays in the dunker. Kevon Looney had an incredible game, dominating the paint. And then being really selective on when they attack the paint, dishing off for their open teammates. But what's really impressive, Bonte and Darrell, is 14 of 28 from the three-point line for 50%. And so Dallas is taking nothing away. The Warriors are getting layups. They're getting to the free throw line. They're making threes, and they really have their defense really out of sorts.
All right, let's take a look at the crunch time tape as the Warriors make their third largest comeback in franchise history. And it was Steph Curry closing the show. He finished with 32 big points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 6 of 10 from the three-point line, and he kept the Warriors afloat, and he closed the show here, D. Right?
The closer. He was being aggressive, getting to the paint, knocking down shots around the perimeter. This is the Steph Curry, the vintage Steph Curry, that's helped this team win a lot of championships. And right here was the biggest shot of the night, sending them to bed.
Yeah, and you look at the efficiency, Bonte and Darrell. 11 of 21 overall, 6 of 10 from 3. And then the rebounds and assists. 8 rebounds, 5 assists. So another great active night by Steph Curry.
And again, the Warriors outscored the Mavericks 68-45 in that second half. They shoot 61% in the second half and hold the Mavericks to 41%. Let's go back inside the chase, and their Kareth Burke is standing by with Otto Porter Jr., who had a big impact off the bench tonight.
Otto, this was the 3rd largest comeback in Warriors playoff history. What kind of guts did it take to win this game?
I mean, we didn't play how we wanted to play in the first half, and we had a decision to make in the second half. And, we didn't want to lose at home, and we just had a mentality to just keep playing hard. And eventually, we knew we were going to start making shots and start to break them apart, and we start to make adjustments.
When the Mavs had that big first half lead, and you guys aren't satisfied with that, what were the biggest adjustments, the most important things you did?
I think we just started to play harder. I think that was the biggest thing. We got into the ball. We communicated a lot better, and we started sharing the ball in the second half, and it just opened things up for us.
You got a monster game from Kevon Looney, a new career high in scoring, 21 and 12 in this game. What is it like seeing him blossom into a postseason star?
He's been doing it all year for us. You know, we expected. You know, he expected. You know, he come in and do his job and do it well.
You have a 2-0 lead in this series. I'm not going to say anything's determined, but what kind of cushion does it give you to make sure you can reach your goal?
I mean, we did our job. We did our job, and now we got to go on the roll and try to get one there and continue to follow the game plan. That's our biggest thing, make adjustments, and try to get one out there.
And to celebrate you for a moment, 4 for 4 from the field, 11 points, 7 rebounds. When you're on the floor, what are you trying to do for your team?
Whatever they want me to do. You know, I try to play defense. That's my biggest focus right now is playing defense. And offensively, I know I can find my spots anywhere. And rebounds, that's the biggest thing. You know, and that's what I want to do, bring energy off the bench and do my job.
Thank you, Otto. Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Back to you.
All right, thanks, KB. As we look at the largest playoff comebacks in Warriors franchise history, this was the third largest. Back in 2015, we all remember that game when Steph Curry helped the Warriors come back from a 20-point fourth quarter deficit. They won that game in overtime. And, of course, at the Western Conference Finals, Game 1 against San Antonio, they came back from 25 down. Kevin Durant and Steph Curry led the way there with a monster fourth quarter. But tonight was unbelievable because Dallas was not missing anything from the three-point line. And we all knew it. They would come up, they would play a lot tighter. They would make some of those threes that they missed in game number 1. Jalen Brunson, man, he didn't make a 3 in game number 1. He had 5 going into the fourth quarter. So the Warriors just showed a lot of will. Steph Curry, Otto Porter Jr., who scored 11 points and 7 rebounds off the bench. Also, you can't sleep on Jordan Poole. Another impactful game from him off the bench.
Man, Jordan Poole was big time tonight. Another efficient night, 7 for 10, 2 for 4 from the three-point line, and then 7 for 7 from the free throw line. Being aggressive. That tells me he's being aggressive, getting to the basket. Has some nice moves and nice finishes down there. We all know he's very crafty, but Jordan Poole is becoming that superstar that we talked about, towards the end of the year, and he's coming up big for the Warriors.
Yeah, in another game, they got 33 assists on 46 made field goals, so really hard to guard if you're the Dallas Mavericks. And I just thought the Warriors had trust and confidence in their offensive game. They were very patient. Even though they got down, I thought they had confidence in each other, kept moving that basketball, getting good looks. We're not frustrated by being run off the three-point line. Actually used that against the Dallas Mavericks by attacking the paint. So this is a really incredible win by the Warriors and could be a devastating loss for the Dallas Mavericks.
Let's check out Steph Curry's game because he's a guy who got into foul trouble early in this game. If I'm not mistaken, he had 3 fouls in the first half, but he kept attacking. Malik, as you said, stay patient, and he didn't force a lot of threes. Didn't force it at all. He went to the cup, went to the basket, finished, but he had it going there. 11 to 21, 6 to 10 from the three-point line, 8 rebounds and 5 assists, and he just kept everything steady until the rest of the troops joined him in that second half. And Steph Curry, man, he finished the game, but he was solid throughout the night.
He was solid throughout the night, Vontae, like you just mentioned. The 8 rebounds is big time. I feel like that last series against the Memphis Grizzlies has really clicked for these guys to go out there and battle on the boards. But Steph Curry knocking down big shots after big shots, getting to the basket, and basically getting anything he wanted tonight versus the Dallas Mavericks.
And I think just great awareness by all the Warrior players, but in particular Steph, Clay, and Jordan Poole, understanding what the Dallas Mavericks are taking away from them and really demoralizing them by taking what's out there, the two-point shot, the constant penetration of the paint. Sooner or later, they're going to start respecting the two-point shot and the drives, and the Warriors were so patient. That's why they wound up shooting 50% from the three-point line.
And how about Kevon Looney? When the game, they were down 15 in that third quarter, 79-64. It was Loon Dog, who, of course, is sponsored by Fit Aid. Maybe he had a couple cases at halftime because he was big in the third quarter when the Warriors started to make their run. They outscored the Mavericks in the third quarter, 25-13. He had 11 of those points. Steph didn't score Steph had 2 points in the third quarter, but it was Looney with 11 and 5. And look at that, his second career postseason double-double, 21 points, 12 rebounds, 10-14. It was really huge defensively when Draymond Green picked up this foul, his 5th foul midway through the third quarter.
Huge night from Big Loon. He did a great job with being in that dunker area, and the guys got in the paint, got those paint touches. He found a way to get behind the defense, and he ate all night off of that. His teammates found him with nice little passes, and Loon did a great job with finishing over the top.
And you see the Dallas Mavericks did a little better job contesting in the paint, but as Darrell said, The Warriors made them pay with Kevon Looney playing out the dunker, some beautiful passes by Steph and Jordan Poole. Kevon Looney, you talk about the impact in this series. I'm not a mathematician, but now he's 15 of 19 from the floor.
Wow.
Okay, and tonight you said a big double-double with Draymond on foul trouble. They needed all those minutes, all those points and rebounds from Loon. An incredible performance by Kevon.
Warriors outscored the Mavericks 62-30 in the paint. But how about Loon's last 3 games? Not just the series, the 22 rebounds to close out Memphis. Loon is making himself some big-time money, as well as Jordan Poole, who we just discussed here a second ago, who came off the bench, 23 points, 7 of 10 from the floor, 7 free throws, perfect from the free throw line. And D-Wright, we were discussing this at halftime, saying Jordan Poole maybe needs to play a little bit more.
Yeah.
Felt like he was efficient early on, 4 for 4, 9 points at the half, but it just felt like the minutes wasn't there. Well, he only plays 29 minutes, but he made them all count.
He made them all count. He was super aggressive. He was playmaking as well. We all know that's one of his keys that he's brought to this season is playmaking and making the good reads, and that .5 that Mully always talks about. Straight line drives, taking what the defense gives you, and we all know he makes big threes as well.
So impressive. His first appearance in the Western Conference Finals, a deep playoff run. I'm just amazed at his poise, his patience, and another play with tremendous shot selection. You see the efficiency there, 7 of 10. I mean, just coming off the bench and really igniting this Warrior team has been incredible by Jordan Poole.
And he's talking that talk. He's not backing down from guys like Reggie Bullock and Dorian Finney-Smith.
Hey, man, talk your talk, baby. Get in your bag.
Well, I thought a lot of it was he was kind of had D. Lee's back.
Yeah.
You know, they had that little scuffle on the side there with Davis Bertans, and with some talking going on. Jordan Poole took up the slack for D. Lee.
No doubt, had a big-time game. Fantastic series for him so far.